Nagi claims that his dream wasn't enough to survive Blue Lock. It was too small and childish, definitely the case compared to every other top tier striker. The evolution of Nagi throughout the story has been complete. That is it, boys. Blue Lock chapter 300 was the farewell of one of the GOATs, who pretty much confirmed that Ego was right throughout the entire chapter. He, without a doubt, cooked in more ways than we expected. The goodbye to Rio and tears throughout was provided, with some very important information I need to break down throughout today's video. However, if I'm being honest, I wish this was said instead. Let me know down in the comments if any of you are with me, but regardless, subscribe here on the Mysterious Chad channel for more Blue Lock content, and here is the entire breakdown of chapter 300. So to begin, I would like to confirm that this is 100% the end of Nagi in the story. He says here, maybe it was better if we had just passed each other by. You could have become even stronger. Maybe the world we dreamed of was beyond this point. Our dream of being the best in the world, this is where it ends. Goodbye, Rio. Nagi has indeed been eliminated from the story. 100% confirmed. No what ifs. Yes, there's various theories that are going to continue throughout the future of Blue Lock, and of course considering everything with his side manga. But within the experiment of Blue Lock itself, he is indeed gone. Chapter 300 marks his complete farewell. But let's go over everything he said to Rio and the others throughout. So a common theme of the entire chapter is of course talking about the original dream. Rio's, which we've got explicitly shown, and then Nagi's, who had his own development dream-wise throughout the story, but confirms that Ego was right. He was satisfied with what happened against Hisagi with his insane goal. Nagi claims that he beat Hisagi and just wanted to keep playing football with Rio forever. That alone would have made him happy. Ego-wise, that is really nothing compared to the other top tier strikers throughout Blue Lock. Something that likely triggered Ego and exactly what we saw in the previous chapter, but spends the majority of this thanking Rio for, teaching him about soccer. He wouldn't be here without him, all those typical things, with Rio crying in pretty much every panel we get throughout the chapter. Nagi apologizes quite a bit, compliments Rio for him becoming so strong, but sorry he couldn't find his own dream, sorry for passing the ball, sorry for not taking his own shot. He has regrets but accepts pretty much everything on his own right, doesn't blame anyone else, which is good character wise for Nagi, at least compared to when he was first introduced and his whole dynamic with Rio at first, highlighting that he has evolved as a character, something we don't typically get that much throughout Blue Lock, but considering this is indeed the 300 chapter milestone, I'm glad we've got some characterization for one of the most popular characters, particularly when something major like an elimination of one of them has occurred. But outside of the goodbye to Rio, we need to of course have Isagi being, I guess, the lasting impact in relation to Nagi in the story, screaming that he should not and hopefully does not quit football. Something in which we seemingly don't get an answer from Nagi as we reach the conclusion of the chapter. Unfortunate, but if you look closely at his eye there, the flair, the, I guess, potential ego, his talent still remains. So of course, Fury wise, in conjunction with his side manga literally existing, we will likely be seeing him again in the future, but not within the main Blue Lock experiment, with the final panel of the chapter marking the conclusion of Blue Lock Phase 2. The Neo Eagles League is complete and the next phase is up, the Under 20 World Cup, officially confirmed in chapter 300, which quite impressive that they were able to do it in this way, with the entire arc here lasting, I believe, close to 150 chapters, more than half of the entire manga, which is absolutely wild. But that is the farewell of Nagi. If you haven't already, make sure to watch this video for even more information, subscribe for more, and of course, let me know your thoughts on everything down below. The next chapter comes out on the 5th of May.